Alger Distaggio back at you, and the grand tournament is out today, August 24th. So let's go ahead and open up some packs here. I did do that deal where you got 50 packs for $49.99, was it? So yeah, let's go with that. Now, I haven't looked a lot at this, and I do think one of the awesome cards here is Totem Golem. That is a 2 casting cost 3/4. That is insane for shamans. That's almost like an instant. You must add that card. That card deals with your opponent's turn 2 and probably turn 3 drop. The overload of 1 isn't so bad. So that's an awesome card here. Oh, what else? Lance Carrier, 2 casting costs for a 1/2. I mean, compare it right to Totem Golem right next to it. Lance Carrier versus Totem Golem. I mean, it says it pretty much right there. Lance Carrier, I mean, yeah, it's like a little bit, I don't know. I don't know about that card. That's just no good all around. I can't recommend that. Recruiter, add a 2/2 Skye to your hand for every Inspire. 5 casting cost, 5/4 for 5 casting cost. I mean, I'm wanting something pretty awesome, like Azure Drake type quality. You know, I want it to be better than Azure Drake. That's basically what I think of when I talk 5 casting cost. I want it to be a Sledge Belcher, you know what I mean? So something that gets me Inspire, a 2/2 to your hand. I mean, I don't know about that. Shady Dealer, Battlecraft, you have a Pirate. I mean, what's Rogue going? Pirate decks? Come on now, Demon Fuse. I mean, give a Demon 3/3, give an opponent a Mana Crystal. I don't know if that's a fair trade. It's a boost card. I mean, boost cards, I don't know if I'm a big fan of demon boost cards, to be honest with you. So I'd say out of this pack, the Totem Golem is pretty interesting. The Recruiter, I think give it a little bit of time to tell on that one to see if it's going to be good. I can't quite tell. I mean, are pirates a new thing? Who knows? I don't know. Shortcut is you can always hit spacebar, but I like to open cards one by one. And I really... Oh, here's a legendary. Look at that. Let's open it last. Warhorse Trainer Paladin. Here's Silver. I mean, 3 casting cost, 2/4. It's not very offensive. It's more of a defensive. Plus, it boosts your Silverhand Recruit. So turn 2, you could Silverhand Recruit. Turn 3, drop Warhorse Trainer, and you're sitting with a 2/4 and a 2/1. You know, the 2/1 token. I guess that's not terrible. I mean, it's not super awesome, but Polymorph Boar Mage card. So we got to play with this during Tavern Brawl. I love this. I love this card. This is probably one of my top 10 cards in the new set. It's offensive and defensive too. Meaning it's offensive, meaning you can turn your minions into a 4/2 with charge. But you can also turn like their, Barongeddon into a 4/2 and attack into it with like a Warhorse Trainer. Well, obviously not a Warhorse Trainer itself, but a card like that with 2 attack. So I like Polymorph Boar, and I don't think I'd run 2 Polymorph Boars and 2 Sheeps, but hey, Warhorse Trainer, look at that, 2 for 1. I didn't know you could do that. Murloc Knight. This is interesting. Now, my Paladin Murloc deck is still my most successful deck to date. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. I'm not. Why am I admitting that, right? So, a 4 casting cost 3/4 Murloc is not very good. Okay, so that's number 1. But number 2, inspire summon a random Murloc. Old Murkai. I think of Old Murkai. Could you get an Old Murkai? I don't know. But could you get a Murloc Warlord? Sure. Whatever. So what's this legend? That's what we care about. Boom! Bolf Ramshield. Whenever your hero takes damage, this minion takes it instead. That's interesting. That is an interesting gimmick. I don't know about that. 6 casting cost, 3/9. I want more for 6 casting cost, okay? So I think that's to be determined. I guess you put it in like a control-y warrior deck or something. Maybe like a mid-range shaman. I don't know. Who knows? Shadow Pan Rider, combo gain 3 attack. For 5 casting cost, though, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this card either. Bolster, Wrathguard. Whenever this minion takes damage, you also do that much to your hero. So 2 casting costs, 4/3. That's a very interesting. I definitely like it more than Flame Imp. I'm actually no longer a fan of Flame Imp. I hate Flame Imp. I can deal with this. 2 casting cost, 4/3. That's some power. That's gonna go good in a Zoo deck. Zoo might be back. 4 casting cost, 5/4 taunt. Not a fan of that. And Convert. Put a copy of an any. I mean, I'm not a fan of priest decks that just clone whatever my opponent does. I mean, I think priest has its place in combo decks. I think it's got its place in some control priest. I don't know. Combo priest is probably the best, right? Best priest right now. Bear trap. Secret. I have never seen this one. So after your heroes attacked, summon a 3/3 bear with taunt for 2. I mean, that's like a essentially it's like a little bit weaker animal companion if you were to get to your 4/4 taunt. So I'm okay with bear trap. I like that. I don't think it's like awesome. Just like I don't think Murloc Knight is super awesome, but I mean, this Druid card right here, this really changes Druid. This is like you include 2 of these in every Druid deck from now forward, because what Druid always had a little bit of problem with was dealing with early aggro decks. And this card kind of lets you deal with, gives you a board presence until he dies. Then you do lose a mana crystal, but he does allow you to stay in the game, and he kind of wild. It's a little bit better than Wild Growth because it was a little bit too slow. So it kind of gives you a boost. This works great with Innervate. Definitely perfect on ramp. That's a perfect turn 2 Druid drop. That's why I think it's going to go in 5/2 for 3. I don't know about that. 2. It's just too easy to kill at 2 health. Living Roots. Actually, I think this is an underrated card. I think it's one of the better cards for Druid too, along with Darnassus Aspirant. I think both of those 2 cards are awesome. I mean, turn 1 dropping 2 1/1s. It's going to help you against aggro. Or you draw it late in the game and you got 2 damage. I mean, here's the exact example why Ice Rager isn't good. Look at Ice Rager right next to Living Roots. You're just going to Living Roots at Ice Rager. 5 attack doesn't mean anything if it's dead, obviously. So I do think Druid got 2 really good cards. Super good cards. Those are by far the top, at least top 3 Druid cards are those 2 that were just on my screen right there. No gold, no gold. Oh, done. Silverhand Regent, I don't know. No. Refreshment Vendor. Forecasting cost 3/5, Battlecry, restore 4 health. That is interesting, actually. I gotta think about him. I'm trying to think of how he could be used. Kind of like a mid-range. Is it a good turn 4 drop? I mean, let's compare it to a Piloted Shredder 4/3. Well, it takes a hit from a Piloted Shredder. That's number 1. It's going to restore each hero's health, so I don't know. I got to think about this card. That card could be definitely good, though. Dragonhawk Rider, 3 casting cost, 3/3, Inspire, gain Wind Fury. I mean, that was in some of the Tavern Brawl. It just wasn't very good. Flash Heal, restore 5, and then the rare is going to be Burgle. Add 2 random class cards to your hand from your opponent's class. I mean, it's given Rogue a little bit more draw, which is nice. So I think it's okay. I think that could work for I mean, other ways Rogues can draw cards is with Sprint, 7 casting cost, draw 4. I mean, so this is allowing Rogue to have some lower casting cost, pure straight up draw cards. It's your opponent's class. Does that so much matter? I mean, maybe not. I mean, it would be awesome if they would have been random Rogue cards, but hey, I guess it can't be that good, right? Silverhand Regent we talked about. Thunder Bluff Valiant. Give your tokens +2 attack. I mean, 5 casting cost, 3/6. I mean, I need more than that. Muckless Champion. Give your other 5 casting cost. I need a little bit more than 4/3. Piloted Shredders out there for 4 casting cost, 4/3. So this card's not as good as Piloted Shredder. Ancestral Knowledge, draw 2 cards. Again, we're given this expansion. I've just seen a couple examples already with Rogue. Is Ancestral Knowledge. It's given more classes. This Overload 2 is a big, huge downside, though. You're going to draw 2 cards that you can't really use on turn 3. You're going to have 1 mana open, right? So, but I do think Ancestral Knowledge, 2 casting costs. I'm glad it's 2 casting costs. If it's 3, it'd be worthless. So that's kind of a to be determined. I'm not sure if it's worth it right now. Ram Wrangler. I mean, we got to play this card in the Tavern Brawl. That is I mean, it's okay. Obviously, it's situational. So any situational card. Now, King's Elec is an amazing card. That's basically, you got to put that in. Especially a mid-range Hunter deck, which has some higher casting cost dudes in it, like High Mane and Sledge Belcher. So it works, obviously, a little bit better in a mid-range hunter than it does an aggro hunter. But if you got aggro hunter and you just maybe steepen the curve a little bit, have some more higher casting cost, I think that card can work out for sure without a doubt. Talked about Silverhand Regent, Warhorse Trainer already. And, yeah, oops. What else? Tournament attendee, 2-1. I mean, anything with 1 health these days is just no good. I mean, there's just so many effects to do 1 damage. I mean, you play against Mage and it's an auto loss, basically. Okay, not a game loss, but... again, Lance Carrier, give a friendly minion +2 attack. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Tuskar Joester. Restore 7 health to your hero. 5 casting cost, 5/5. I mean, at least it's a 5/5/5, right? Not like a 5/4/4. The Joust effect there is okay. Marginal at best. Obviously mid-range. Paladin only. Power Word Glory. Choose a minion. No. No, that's not good. Alright, come on now. Here's the rare. What do we got? Let's start there. Injured Battle Cry. Deal 3 damage to this minion, making it a 1 casting cost 2/1 that you could then heal up and he'd be a 2/4. I mean, obviously like a priest deck or maybe a deck that, like in a warrior deck that uses some of those mechanics. Ooh, rare. What am I talking? The Rage. I forget what it's called. Enraged, sorry. Your hero power costs 1. Maiden of the Lake. Your hero power. Forecasting costs 2/6 though. I like the 6 health, but I mean this 2. I don't know about that. I do like this. I'm kind of on the fence on Maiden on the Lake there. Same with Lowly Squire. And the rare is Lock and Load. Obviously, we get to play this one in the Tavern Brawl. Each time you cast a spell this turn, add a random hunter card to your hand. So that's a good hunter card, definitely, if you have a lot of abilities, cantrips. Definitely a decent hunter card. I wouldn't say it's like the best hunter card. I think King Alec is pretty good, but I'd say the best cards in the expansion are going to be your commons, actually, which is good. You don't have to pay a lot of money to get a whole set of commons, so... That's why we talked about Bear Trap already, Lowly Squire, Undercity Valiant, so combo deal 1 damage. So a 2 casting cost 3/2. You know, what we're talking about here, what we want to kind of compare this to is a, what, a Knife Juggler type. Well, is it 3 cast? So, yeah, I mean, combo deal. Oh, God, if that was combo deal 2 damage, I'd be really happy about it. Even if it costs 3, can't say 3. We could say... because I have my 7. So let's say, I don't know about this, 3/2. Okay, I want to say that it's definitely, I'm going to say it's a good card in terms of just the 3/2 body on a 2 casting cost. So that's good. Combo deal 1 damage. Okay, I like that. That's good. Clockwork Knight, give a friendly mech +1/+1 for 5 though. I mean, for 5 casting cost, I mean, we want something like awesome, like a Sludge Belcher. I mean, we want something that has staying power. I mean, just a 1/1 on a mech. I mean, it's situational automatically. Right out the get-go, it's situational. So, I don't know. A destroy random minion for each player? I mean, what? What? That doesn't even make sense. I think the new Warlock cards lead a little bit more towards the conclusion that Zoo is back. Not so much some other weirdness. I don't know. 759, whatever. Not a big fan. 5, nope. Heckler, nope, no good. Power Word Glory talked about. Savage Combatant Druid. Give your hero +2 attack this turn. I mean, it's okay. 4 casting cost 5/4. I'm glad it's not a 4 casting cost 3/3 or something ridiculous. So 4/5/4. That's not bad. I mean, what can you do? Spell damage 4/2/6. Flame Lance, that's kind of what I'm talking about. I mean, Flame Lance, it's just, I don't know. Fireball's a 4 casting cost 6 damage, 5 casting cost 8 damage. Situational because it only applies to a minion. So I'm really not a big fan of Flame Lance, to be totally honest with you. I do like it can kill a lot of 8 toughness things, you know, like Handlock and you know, the new forget the name of it, but the new Mage card that reduces. Give your Give your top minions +2/+2. Again, super situational. I don't like these situational cards. I like cards that have more of a global impact. You draw them late, they're not dead. You draw that card late and your board's clear, it's completely useless. So I don't like cards like that. I'm not a huge fan of jousting either. This is probably one of the pure straight up strong creature jousters if you win. This is a tough guy, obviously, to get rid of. He's got Taunt, Divine Shield. Bash. I mean, Bash is in... It's not like it's a super awesome card or anything, but compare this against some of the other cards out there, like the Warlock card where you're paying 3 to do 2 damage and gain that health back. I mean, Bash is better than that in that it deals 3 damage, like a Frostbolt, and you gain the 3 armor. So this is going to work good. And I don't think it works good in Grim Patron decks, but I think it works really good in the Control Warrior. So I think Bash makes Control Warrior. I think Control Warrior got stronger than Grim Patron, that's for sure. And I'm just not a fan of some of these jousters. It's so situational, and I really hate this one. So, Grimoire Aspirant, give your weapon +1 attack. 3 for a 3/3. I mean, we've already seen so many cards better than this at 2 casting costs that call that Inspire. I guess Inspire is not very situational because you can always Inspire, right? You can always use your hero's ability. Refreshment Vendor, I think that's, again, time will tell. Tusker Jouster, time will tell. Sparring Partner. Funny, no Joust, huh? Battlecry, give a minion Taunt, and he's got Taunt. Oh, this is interesting. I guess I haven't seen this card before. Again, I haven't done a lot of research. Sorry about that. 2 casting cost 3/2 with Taunt, and Battlecry, give a minion a Taunt. Well, you got to think about this. What does a warrior plan turn 1? Can you see my hands? I'm going like this. What does a warrior plan turn 1? Do you know what I mean? So if you hardly would ever play this on curve because you don't play many 1 casting cost warrior cards. You're playing Aggro Warrior? Well, I mean, since when has Aggro Warrior ever been good? It really hasn't. So it is an interesting card though. Time will tell on that one, that's for sure. We talked about Ram Wrangler. Grimoire, Aspirant, I don't know. Who knows? I talked about the 2 health here being a downside. Armored Warhorse, it's a neutral card. Reveal a minion if you gain charge. Yeah, well, this was in the... I wasn't very impressed with that, to be honest with you. You got to build a deck around this to make Joust work, and Joust really only works in like Control Warrior, really, if you think about it, or Handlock or something. I mean, Flash Heal, I'm not a big fan of. Warhorse Trainer, I'm getting a lot of duplicates here. And what else? Let's come on, Rock My World. Give him minion 3 attack, and I'm just not a really big fan of boost cards because of all the owls around and all of the silence effects and sap, things of that nature. Again, I think this Druid card is amazing. That's definitely one of the top 3 Druid cards. Whenever this minion attacks a hero, add the coin to your hand. Gold bordered here. Look at the cool animation. Nice. That's interesting, actually. That is going to work in a deck that I'm not quite aware of yet. I'm not sure what. Spell damage 2 for 4/6. I mean, I don't know. I think I'd maybe rather that be just balance this out. So if it was a 4 casting cost 4/4, it's kind of a defensive / offensive card. It's like a mixed message card. I don't know about that. We talked about Power Word Glory, so. What do we got? Shadowpan Rider. Combo gain 3 attack. And it's high casting cost. I mean, for 5 mana, there's some beefy. Hero Power deals 1 extra. So we got to play with this in the Tavern Brawl. That's okay. 2 casting cost 3/2. I felt that is about right. Hero Power deals 1 extra damage. This is a pretty balanced card. I think it's going to give some mage decks potential. And we got an Epic Arcane Blast. Deal 2 damage to a minion. This spell gets double bonus from spell damage. Okay, so now it makes sense why there's maybe some more spell damage minions in existence, deal 2 damage to a minion. It's situational in that it has to go to a minion, though. Double spell damage. I mean, 1 casting cost. I guess it's something to point out there. Dealing 2 damage to a minion. As your Drake out there. I mean, I guess, I don't know if it's epic quality, but whenever you equip a weapon, give it 1 attack. So it basically turns all of your daggers into 2/2s. 1 casting cost. I'm not a big fan of this 1 health anymore. There's so many ways to kill for free. So, but it's at least it's a 1 casting cost. I mean, this is a decent balanced card. I'll probably put it in the top 5 rogue cards. I mean, that I've seen so far, which isn't saying much since I haven't seen very much. But Battlecry, summon any random totem. Now, if this can summon the new totem that was in the set that we saw just a little bit ago, the new Shaman Totem card. I forget the name of it. Something blah blah. What was it called? It was called Totem Golem. If it can, I probably can summon a Totem Golem. So 3 casting cost 3/2. That's interesting. Yeah, that's workable.